Welcome to the Global Australian Awards 2023, a celebration of remarkable individuals making an extraordinary impact around the world. You will meet 25 incredible game changers, and tonight, one of them will be announced the Global Australian of the Year. Enjoy the show as we shine a light on these outstanding global Australians. To open the Global Australian Awards for 2023, please welcome the former CEO of CSIRO and now Chair of the American Chamber of Commerce in Australia, Larry Marshall.
Welcome everyone. I'm Larry Marshall and it's my pleasure to begin the 2023 Global Australian Awards. But before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who are the oldest continuing living culture on Earth. I pay my deep respects to their elders past and present, and I thank them for allowing us to leave our footprints alongside theirs as we walk together into a brighter future. The Global Australian Awards shine a spotlight on the extraordinary impact that global Australians have on the entire world. Global Australians are a deeply inclusive group encompassing the 1 million Australians working overseas who still call Australia home. Around 2.5 million former international students of Australian universities that share an abiding love of Australia, and around 1 million recently arrived skilled migrants who are about to fall in love with Australia. Succeeding in another country isn't easy. It means embracing risks, working in challenging environments, and operating alone without a support network. It takes vision, courage, and determination and hard work. And that's why global Australians are immensely valuable for Australia. And it's why their contributions need to be celebrated. And this is why the Global Australian Awards were created in 2012 by Advance, the Global Australian Network. To date, 170 global Australians have been celebrated for their outsized international impact. Over the next hour, prepare to be amazed as you meet the 25 incredible game changers for 2023 who are quite literally changing the world. Let's shine a spotlight on them, applaud their impact, and inspire all Australians with their amazing stories. Now, let the show begin.
To present the Emerging Leader Award, please welcome hybrid doctor and data scientist and previous recipient of this award, Dr. Martin Seneviratne.
My name is Martin Seneviratne, and it is my pleasure to be presenting the Emerging Leader Award for this year's Global Australian Awards. This award recognises Australians living and working overseas who are managing to have a significant impact while still early in their career journeys. Recognising them at this point is really like saying, watch this space, this is just the beginning. These game changers are creative and motivated individuals who are at the forefront of their sectors, seeing and pursuing the possibilities well beyond the status quo. The work of these inspiring individuals ranges from an astrophysicist who hunts for planets around other stars, to an entrepreneur converting carbon dioxide into usable products, to a chemical engineer developing new technology in clean energy and decarbonisation. We applaud the ingenuity, curiosity, and commitment of these finalists to enriching our knowledge and finding solutions to safeguard our planet for future generations. And the finalists are...
Meet Dr. Jesse Christensen, an astrophysicist and lead scientist at NASA's Exoplanet Science Institute and the Exoplanet Archive at the California Institute of Technology. Jesse's research focuses on the study of exoplanets, which are planets around other stars.
I never realised when I was growing up as a kid in the countryside that one day I would work for NASA and find planets around other stars. But that's what keeps me going every day. The thrill of discovery, the thrill of getting to look at the data and realise there's a whole world there. It might be like Jupiter, it might be like Saturn, maybe it's like the Earth. But no one's ever seen it before and I get to discover it.
Meet Gregory Constantine, an entrepreneur living and working in New York. Gregory's work is focused on decarbonisation through the conversion of greenhouse gases into usable products like perfume, vodka and aviation fuel.
We started our company to really build a business around actively helping prevent climate change. We believe that climate change is one of the greatest problems that we're facing as humans to date and as a planet to date. And by going into industries that have always been deemed as hardest to decarbonise has always been something that's motivated myself and motivated our entire organisation.
And meet Dr. Brett Parkinson, a chemical engineer living and working in California. Brett and his team are working on new technology that converts natural gas into hydrogen used for fertilisers in global food production while leaving behind a solid carbon product.
That challenge that we here at C0 and myself are dedicated to solving is, can we continue to grow and continue to produce food to feed everyone whilst doing it in a way that doesn't produce the CO2 emissions that are unsustainable for our planet?
I was delighted to learn of the judge's decision this year. This is someone whose career I've admired and followed for a long time. The Global Australian Award for Emerging Leader in 2023 goes to Dr. Brett Parkinson. Congratulations, Brett.
Wow. Well, that's certainly a surprise. Thank you so much for recognizing that, and it's as I said, it's really humbling to see that, and an honor to see people really caring about the things that I'm passionate about. I made a decision sort of around the time when I graduated, and that I wanted to work on big challenges, big engineering challenges that we face today, and none of them are really bigger than climate change. And it's great to get to go to work every day and work on the solutions to address some of the biggest problems that we have today.
To present the Inspiring Corporate Leader Award, please welcome esteemed business advisor and Chancellor of the University of Technology, Sydney, Catherine Livingstone.
Hello, my name is Catherine Livingstone, and it's my pleasure to be presenting the Inspiring Corporate Leader Award for this year's Global Australian Awards. This award recognises Australians living and working overseas who have displayed an outstanding ability to innovate and excel in a global corporate setting. They are also being recognised for having impact in their region beyond their workplace achievements. The finalists in this category represent the incredible corporate talent that Australia has to offer, with leadership roles ranging from the technology sector, expertise in business and market entry, to the financial services and real estate sectors. These remarkable individuals are inspiring leaders whose success within the corporate world sits alongside their ongoing commitment to philanthropic work in their surrounding communities. And the finalists are...
Meet Andrea Della Mattia, President of Asia Pacific at Microsoft. Based in Singapore, Andrea is driving digital acceleration across 15 countries by empowering individuals and organisations to innovate. She's a passionate advocate for inclusivity, including girls in STEM, women in leadership roles, and enhancing the employability of people with disabilities.
I work with an amazing team, the best in the industry, who are equally passionate about serving our customers to drive business outcomes leveraging tech, but as well as making an impact in the lives of people in the societies and communities around us. I genuinely love what I do and the people I work with.
Meet Peter Osborne, a distinguished business leader living and working in Taipei. Peter has been supporting companies' expansion in Asia for over 30 years and is an expert on successful market entry and growth. Beyond business, Peter has a profound commitment to philanthropic work in children's health and education in remote communities across the region.
My great motivation is really the principle of kindness and compassion and how you can help other people to live better lives. And I do that through a range of philanthropic activities that I focus on, helping organisations that operate in remote communities in the South Pacific, in Indonesia, in Nepal and Uganda, and also have a long-standing and deep relationship with Bhutan, helping a Buddhist foundation there.
And meet Luke Petherbridge, CEO of Link Logistics. Based in Chicago, Luke is managing America's largest warehouse portfolio. championing innovation at the intersection of consumption, technology and the supply chain. Beyond his executive role, Luke co-founded Core Giving, a not-for-profit combating childhood hunger in the US.
It's a quintessential Australian element inside me to say yes, to go beyond the frontier and try something new. It also allowed me to build Core Giving that is designed to feed hungry children. So giving back has been a huge core part of who I am and where I believe corporates can fill a void.
The Global Australian Award for Inspiring Corporate Leader for 2023 goes to Andrea Della Mattia. Congratulations, Andrea.
Gosh, you probably can't see this. I'm actually getting goosebumps right now. Thank you. I'm just incredibly humbled and honoured. Any impact, frankly, I've been able to make, it's because of my team. It's because of the people around me, the people that I work with, and the organisation that I work for, giving me that platform. So I'm rarely lost for words, Johanna, but at the moment I feel a little lost for words. Thank you.
To present the Alumni Award, please welcome globally renowned and highly distinguished academic and business leader, Professor Sir Edward Byrne.
Hi, my name is Ed Byrne, and it's my absolute pleasure to be involved in this year's Global Australian Awards. I have the fortune to be a member of the judging panel, and I have to say it's an incredibly difficult decision-making process as we discuss at length the incredible work of this year's game changers. Each one of them is absolutely remarkable in their own right. The Alumni Award, which I'm presenting tonight, recognises the exceptional achievements of international graduates of Australian universities who have used their qualification to forge new pathways in their chosen area of work. The finalists this year are dedicated and collaborative leaders that are challenging the status quo and inspiring others to join them on their journey. Their work ranges from STEM advocacy, education and tech innovation in Indonesia to establishing the country's first civil society network promoting equal rights for sexual and gender diverse communities in Laos, to developing health education and livelihood programs for differently abled children and marginalized communities in the Philippines and beyond. We applaud the courage, persistence and purpose of these three finalists to shift social mindsets and create better opportunities for people and communities within their region. And the finalists are:
Meet Anand Buapa, an internationally renowned human rights leader and the founder of the first LGBTQI rights organisation in Laos. As founder of Proud to Be Us Laos, Anand is working to tackle the cultural, legal and normative barriers facing sexual and gender diverse communities.
Understanding, acceptance and work in solidarity will move us forward to get to where we want to be, and it will enable us to have a better community, better society, and better nation.
Meet Professor Abelardo Apollo I. David Jr., an occupational therapist and educator who is creating inclusive education and development opportunities for differently abled children across the Philippines. Widely known as Teacher Archie, his goal is for his students to be the primary determinants of their future.
Every day when I go to work, I receive news about our students achieving milestones, them being able to go to the cinema and overcome their sensory issues and enjoy their favorite cartoons with their family, being able to go to the park and enjoy the rides, feeling that they are safe because they can manage their sitting posture adequately, being able to land a job and contribute their first money to their family's income gives me so much joy.
And meet Dr. Sri Safitri, a pioneer in telecommunications and customer experience. Fitri is a leader in STEM advocacy and an innovator in driving technology education in Indonesia, believing education and skill development can transform the lives of students.
I am driven by the desire to innovate, continuously improve both the customer experience and educational offerings, and create a lasting positive impact. The passion for education and the pursuit of excellence and the joy of making a difference in people's lives inspires me to strive for success in my role each day.
The Global Australian Award for Alumni in 2023 goes to Abelardo Apollo I. David Jr. Congratulations, Archie, on your inspiring work.
Wow! Seriously? Wow, such an honor. I thought you were like gonna throw a question, a hypothetical like scenario. A surprise. Very humbled and honored. Very humbled and honored. Indeed. Thank you so much. I just found myself drawn towards differently abled children, seeing that they're the most underprivileged and disadvantaged. I wanted them and their families to have a voice, to be able to be empowered on their own 2 feet, and to be the primary determinants of their success. We don't just teach our students to stand or walk, but we teach them to dance. We want to be able to enhance also the quality of life of our students.
To present the Global Talent Award, please welcome the 2018 Australian of the Year, internationally recognised leader in quantum computing, Professor Michelle Simmons.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Simmons, and it's my pleasure to be presenting the Global Talent Award for this year's Global Australian Awards. This award recognises exceptionally talented individuals who've migrated to Australia in the last 10 years, become Australian citizens, and are having a significant and positive impact in their sector. We are very fortunate to have these innovators call Australia home. They are tackling some of humanity's greatest challenges for the benefit of us all. The work of the finalists in this category ranges from materials engineering and research into clean energy solutions, to deep expertise in climate change and sustainability, to nuclear physics and engineering at the very cutting edge of international space research. These game changers demonstrate commitment, purpose, and perseverance that will move us all to a safer and more sustainable future. And the finalists are...
Meet Dr. Cleanne Gabriel, a director of KPMG Australia based in Brisbane and the firm's head of decarbonisation transformation. She is a sustainable development specialist, consultant, author, educator and public speaker with a decade and a half of global experience as a leader in her field.
I get to work on some of the biggest, grandest challenges of our time: climate change and decarbonisation and the push towards net zero, biodiversity and natural capital, just transition, and all the social change that we need to see happen in our societies today as we work towards a more sustainable future.
Meet Dr. Nasir Mahmood, a world-leading materials engineer working at the front line of research into clean energy solutions. As a Vice-Chancellor's Senior Research Fellow at RMIT University in Melbourne, Nasir and his team are strongly positioned to create a green hydrogen industry using seawater.
The impact that I'm looking for my research is to see that how I can contribute towards our sustainable society so that we can protect our planet for future generations.
And meet Dr. Stefania Paraki, a nuclear engineer working at Australia's Centre for Accelerator Science in Sydney. Stefania is investigating the effects of radiation present in space and the use of advanced materials to reduce radiation effects for future space missions.
What motivates me is the understanding behind the physics and behind this interaction. When we go to space, we are facing a very different and challenging environment. Therefore, trying to understand on Earth and reproduce on Earth this scenario, bring space to this planet to be sure that once we go there, we know exactly what's going on.
The Global Australian Award for Global Talent in 2023 goes to Dr. Cleanne Gabriel. Congratulations, Cleanne, and have a wonderful evening.
Thanks so much. Oh my gosh. I actually don't know what to say, which doesn't happen often. It really does mean a lot to me as someone who's come from a lot of these, I guess, internationally, from an emerging market in particular, from a small island developing state that's actually facing a lot of these climate change challenges, sea level rise, etc. And to bring that, sort of global perspective into the Australian society, Australian market. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you. Just as someone who's been in sustainability in different ways for 16 years, that sustainability is now so much in the forefront and at the top of everyone's minds that, you can win awards for it. And it's not just, they're not just niche awards, they're more mainstream awards that are accessible to, people from different walks of life. That is really, really encouraging from someone who's previously sort of worked in the shadows, been in this sort of niche field. So it means a lot from that perspective to be recognized for my work in sustainability. As an immigrant to this country, to Australia, and Australia is now home, and I am Australian, it just feels like such a welcoming gesture to be recognized as an Australian myself by other Australians.
To present the Creative Excellence Award, please welcome internationally renowned actor, speaker and advocate, Pallavi Sharda.
Hi, my name is Pallavi Sharda and it is my pleasure to be presenting the Creative Excellence Award for this year's Global Australian Awards. This award celebrates remarkable creative Australians whose work is having a significant and global impact in their discipline of the arts. The finalists in this category are inspiring individuals whose innovative work ranges from creating purposeful content and storytelling for social impact, to exploring the impact of future technologies on human evolution through art and body architecture, to storytelling through classical music and performance. These extraordinary Australians you're about to meet have inspired global audiences. And the finalists are...
Meet Elliot Kotek, founder and CEO of the Nation of Artists. Based in Los Angeles, Elliot is a producer, filmmaker and collaborator focused on creating inspiring and purposeful content. He is a social impact leader whose goal is to drive change through storytelling.
I embrace the power of all kinds of stories. I think that they foster greater tolerance, and tolerance for me is a massive word. I just think that if we can be more aware of each other, and maybe that's a first step that leads towards curiosity and ultimately more appreciative for what we each stand for and how we can all contribute to the world.
Meet Lucy McRae, a visionary sci-fi artist and body architect leading a dynamic art research studio in Los Angeles. Lucy's work delves into the profound implications of future technologies on human evolution, creating a new narrative around its impact on intimacy, reproduction, spirituality, biology, and health.
As an artist, I'm interpreting the really weak signals at the fringes of culture and turning these complex ethical conundrums into stories that hopefully become tactile, visceral, familiar, and really crack open the discourse and broaden the predictive voices that we have found in science and technology.
And meet Stuart Skelton, a critically acclaimed operatic tenor who's been captivating audiences for over 20 years on some of the world's biggest stages. With fluency in 5 languages and incredible vocal stamina, Stuart is known for his exceptional musicianship and intense dramatic portrayals.
To be on a stage with a full orchestra and some incredible colleagues and bring these stories, which in Norse mythology's history are thousands of years old, and yet the message that those stories bring us are relevant to every audience over generations. And it's a real honour to be able to bring my passion for singing and opera to the rest of the world when I can.
The Global Australian Award for Creative Excellence in 2023 goes to Lucy McRae. Congratulations, Lucy.
Wow! Oh! you. Wow. So my work is really looking at asking impossible questions and provoking a discourse that goes beyond the boundaries of science and biotech, but really wanting to reach the general public. And that is why I use art as a lens to bring science to street level and really be able to humanize the predictive voices that science and technology usually have, and try and crack that open and bring in the wild, the weird, the accidental, chaotic processes of how we make art.
To present the Social Impact Award, please welcome Chief Executive Officer of the Centre for Social Impact, Alumni Nalbandian.
Good evening. My name is Armine Nalbandian, and it's my pleasure to be presenting the Social Impact Award for the Global Australian Awards in 2023. We stand on the cusp of a new era and are witnessing tectonic shifts in the landscape of social impact. At the Centre for Social Impact, our focus is on addressing society's most intractable problems by helping break the cycles that so often lead us to need to focus on remediation rather than prevention. We need more change makers across the globe who are using their skills to bring pressing social issues to light. This particular award recognizes outstanding Australians working internationally who have dedicated their lives to tackling significant and pressing global issues. This year, the judging panel chose to recognize individuals who are using journalism to raise the voices of the marginalized and to tell stories that would otherwise be left untold. Through that storytelling lens, the inspiring game changers in this category are using their skills ranging from providing on-the-ground insight into global crises as a war correspondent, to addressing gender inequality by sharing stories of women reshaping our world, to giving voice to the victims of war through journalism and photography. The finalists in this category are to be applauded for their unwavering pursuit of truth and equity. The finalists are
Meet Yalda Hakim, a broadcast journalist, news presenter and documentary maker. Based in London, Yalda is known for her dedication to reporting on significant and pressing global issues. She's established the Yalda Hakim Foundation, which supports the education and empowerment of young Afghan women.
When I go to places, people sort of say, I didn't realize this was going on. I didn't realize this issue was happening. I didn't realize that these individuals go through these things. And so I feel that even if one person can watch a story or an interview I do, and they might start thinking about that one topic a little bit more, I feel that I have done my job.
Meet Andrew Quilty, recipient of 9 Walkley Awards, a photojournalist based in Kabul since 2013. Andrew's work focuses on the real and devastating impact of the war in Afghanistan on civilians. Andrew invites the viewer to see beyond the frame of his camera through written pieces accompanying his photographs, including the publication of 2 books.
My focus really started to hone in on underdogs in Afghanistan, the people who had been thrust onto the front lines of war through no choice of their own. They hadn't taken a side in the conflict, but they were intrinsically enmeshed in the conflict nonetheless. And it was experiences like those in Afghanistan that will continue to underpin my work in Afghanistan in the future and in many other places, I hope.
And meet Annette Young, host and creator of the 51% broadcast on France 24. Based in Paris, Annette's focus on reshaping narratives and amplifying marginalised voices is driving important and impactful discussions around the role of women in today's society.
The show is very much about giving a platform to people whose voices are not normally heard, and I think this is something we feel is integral and important about what we do. It's not just women that stand to benefit from equality, but all of us.
The Global Australian Award for Social Impact in 2023 goes to Yalda Hakim. Congratulations, Yalda.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I mean, honestly, I sort of just, I think about, the story of my family and how they got to Australia and the way they embrace the society and how proud they feel about being Australian and, how challenging and hard it is for them that I live abroad. But, to this day, someone said to me, how many passports do you have? And I said, it doesn't matter how many passports I have. I'm still Australian and I still travel on my Australian passport. I still very much describe myself as an Australian journalist. And so I'm so grateful. Anything that comes out of Australia, it's always home, and to get any form of recognition is such a high honour for me. So I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. The privilege of all of these things, whether it's someone, stuck in a refugee camp or in a bunker or one of the global leaders, it's never lost on me, almost 2 decades on from doing this job, what an honour that is.
To present the Technology and Entrepreneurship Award, please welcome CEO and founder of Australia's first Indigenous augmented reality edutech company, Michaela Jade.
Warami, my name is Michaela Jade, and it's my pleasure to be presenting the Technology and Entrepreneurship Award for this year's Global Australian Awards. I'm so excited about this award. Coming from the world's oldest continuing culture, the Darug people, we have constantly shared our knowledge, language and law through science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So this award just makes me really excited to be a really tiny part of it. The award recognises remarkable innovators who are working at the cutting edge of new technology and ideas. Their successes demonstrate their ability to think into the future and to create and use technology to positively impact organisations, people and communities. They are inspiring entrepreneurs who embrace risk and uncertainty daily. The work of the finalists in this category ranges from producing and commercialising an ultra-high-performance vision sensor in the emerging field of neuromorphic engineering, to founding a new technology company that empowers community banks to embrace fintech innovation for their customers, to a game-changing product providing greater transparency and fairness across the insurance industry. The global Australians you're about to meet have made stepping outside their comfort zone a way of life. And the finalists are...
Meet Dr. Kynan Eng, co-founder and CEO of Innovation, a Zurich-based technology startup. Kynan is a pioneer in the emerging field of neuromorphic engineering, having created a unique camera that is modelled on the way our retina sends messages to the brain for processing.
I've always been very interested in robots. Imagine a world full of intelligent beings that are created by us, kind of like us, but different, and able to live with us and help us with our daily lives. And the field that I'm working in is hoping to contribute to this. And so we're looking forward to bringing these technologies over the next decade into products that you will be able to use in your real life.
Meet Peter Hazelhurst, a global fintech entrepreneur and investor who has spent 30 years leading and building tech companies in the heart of Silicon Valley. Peter is currently co-founder and CEO of Syncterra, a new technology company that empowers community banks to embrace fintech innovation.
What's really great about what I get to do is every day I'm working with other founders, building on our platform, challenging the status quo, trying to create something different, supporting new markets, building things that really impact people's lives every day. It's a privilege, it's a joy. It's scary and risky, and every day you're thinking about, am I going to be able to make payroll next week and all of that sort of stuff. But that's the joy. The fun part of being an entrepreneur is balancing all of those crazy pushes and pulls, and at the end of the day, building an amazing team that builds great products that people actually love.
And meet Iris Lund, an actuary turned entrepreneur who has channeled her passion for data and technology into an online insurance product rating system. As co-founder of 10 Life, Iris promotes transparency and fairness across the insurance industry.
I came up with this insurance rating system to really help people compare and get the right insurance. And it's been a very challenging yet rewarding journey. And seeing the changes that I've made in people's lives, especially people understanding insurance and getting the right coverage, has been truly rewarding.
The Global Australian Award for Technology and Entrepreneurship in 2023 goes to Dr. Kainan Eng. Congratulations to you, Kainan, and to the other nominees in this category. I sincerely hope you enjoy your evening. Yanu.
Oh, that's nice. Can't believe it, actually. Lots of imposter syndrome going on. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's actually not about me, right? It's actually about the people who I've worked with for over 20 years. I got into the field firstly because it was very niche and weird and generic at the time. Only nerds of nerds got into it. But I got into it because when I arrived at the lab, I sort of felt like I was in the presence of greatness. I was hanging out with, children of Nobel Prize winners, people who were Caltech, Oxford, all these things. And I thought, okay, I've landed here by accident. I might as well see if I can make myself useful and, see how long these guys will put up with me, right? And so it's been 20 years. So hopefully I'm providing some sort of useful service to them and to their colleagues.
To present the Indo-Pacific Award, please welcome Chancellor of the University of Queensland, Peter Varghese.
Hi, my name is Peter Varghese, and it's a great pleasure to present the Indo-Pacific Impact Award for this year's Global Australian Awards. This award recognises remarkable individuals who have graduated from Australian universities and are now making an outstanding contribution in the world's most populous region. The finalists in this category demonstrate leadership and excellence in their field and are renowned for their work both in the Indo-Pacific region and globally. The work of these finalists range from innovative tech solutions for communities in Samoa and beyond, to the archaeological discovery of a new human-related species in the Philippines, to the transformative work of a craniofacial orthodontist treating children and adults across Asia. The extraordinary game changers you're about to meet demonstrate an unwavering commitment to their work and serve as positive and inspiring role models. The finalists are...
Meet Dr. Catherine Lee, renowned craniofacial orthodontist based in Singapore. A global expert in treating cleft and craniofacial conditions, Catherine has an unwavering commitment to providing comprehensive healthcare to underprivileged children, transforming the course of their lives.
To be able to provide such care for these patients allow me to explore and push boundaries further and at the same time transform their life. The impact is not just the children themselves or the young adults themselves, but also their parents. Normally their parents come in with a lot of guilt. So to me, the impact is just not the patient alone, but it's the family themselves as well.
Meet Professor Arman Salvador Maharis, a professor of archaeology at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, specialising in early human migration from Africa to Southeast Asia. Arman's discoveries have led to the identification of a new human-related species now called Homo luzonensis.
My passion for discovery and understanding how our ancestors were able to adapt to different environment fascinates me. When you excavate and recover something very, very old, you shiver. No one has touched this artifact or this human remains for thousands of years, and then finally you're there to witness its recovery. That gives me the jitters.
And meet Fasataloa Sam Saili, co-founder and CEO of Sky Eye. Sam is a technology expert and community leader driving digital transformation and tech adoption in communities across the Pacific. With his siblings, he has created a platform that enables grassroots street vendors to participate in the global digital economy.
Our culture also is a lot about helping each other, a community.
And we are hoping that with our work and with our work with some of our partners, that we can empower our street vendors, our rural communities to be part of this digital economy.
It's my great pleasure to announce the Global Australian Award for Indo-Pacific Impact in 2023 goes to Professor Armand Salvador Mejares. Congratulations, Armand.
Oh, okay. Well, again, another pleasant surprise was sometimes you're deep in your head and in the tablet, but when you raise it up and see that people do recognize what you have done is really great. Thank you for this. Nobody thought that we could be able to find a new hominid in the Philippines. Then now we've proven them wrong. So that contribution really excites me in doing all these things. So the passion is there, and I guess the idea of learning new things is always there. But having being honored with this game changer thing, was really an uplift that we were recognized. That what we're doing is actually right. We're actually contributing to the body of knowledge. And for me and my team, as a surprise, it's an uplifting thing.
To present the Global Impact Award, please welcome Australia's Consul General in New York and former Chief Executive of the Australian Industry Group, Heather Ridout.
Hello, my name is Heather Ridout, and it is my great pleasure to be presenting the Global Impact Award for 2023. I've been associated with Advance for many years, and I've always been inspired by the awards and the achievements of the recipients, and this award in particular is very inspiring. The judging panel recognised that his work transcends multiple categories, including education, social impact and science. His work is dedicated to the fundamental principle that no matter where we live on this earth, we should all have the opportunity to live productive, healthy and sustainable lives. This particular accolade is awarded by the judging panel when they wish to shine a spotlight on a global Australian whose perseverance and passion for their work has enabled them to achieve impact on a global scale. The work of this year's nominee is no exception. Specifically, this game changer is focused on food security and sustainable development, a highly complex and challenging field of work. He has never been afraid to get his hands dirty and learn from impacted communities, and this has taken him to many countries, working on the ground and learning from local communities in the Philippines, Cambodia, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Malawi, and many more. Now based in New York, he is leading and educating young practitioners, giving back, and he's advocating to world leaders to take up the important mantle of, quote, food for all people at all times. I am delighted to announce that the Global Australian Award for Global Impact in 2023 goes to Professor Glenn Denning. Congratulations, Professor Denning.
My name is Glenn Denning. I'm a professor of practice at Columbia University. I work on food security, mainly in three areas. I undertake research and I write about best practices in food security. I teach and I mentor students, and I advise governments and international organizations. There's great complexity in the food system, but we have to learn to be comfortable with that complexity. We have to be confident that we can move forward with solutions that are relevant to enormous diversity of circumstances. There is not one single food system in the world. There is no global food system. There are thousands upon thousands of locally important food systems. I am a pragmatic optimist. I believe the future is what we choose to make it. And I think with understanding more about the food system, improving our knowledge, committing ourselves to understanding the science as well as the needs and the rights of people, we can truly transform the food system so that we meet that fundamental human right of food for all people at all times. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, I'm flabbergasted, of course. That is, I mean, I want to create impact. That's what it's all about. I've had so many incredible mentors along the way. I often think, what would they do in these situations? And so it's basically my turn to inspire others.
To present the award for the Global Australian of the Year in 2023, please welcome Minister for Industry and Science, the Honourable Ed Husic.
G'day everyone, it's a real pleasure to be able to join with you all. Now, the Prime Minister is the official patron of Advance, but I've been given the great honour of being able to announce tonight the Global Australian of the Year. 25 game changers recognised in the awards and they're recognised for the work on the world stage and their ability to inspire the next generation to do likewise. The Global Australian of the Year chosen out of 9 category winners. And the recipient of the award this year has shown a global outlook at every stage and every step of their journey. There's someone who's had a deep commitment to equality and attaching to that a perseverance and a passion to make that a reality. So without holding back the detail any further, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the 2023 Global Australian of the Year is none other than Professor Glenn Denning. Congratulations, Glenn. Glenn's been recognised for his deep commitment and the way in which he's immersed himself on the issue of food security, and the impact that he has had has been immense. For years, he's been working with farmers in Southeast Asia and Africa. He set up research institutions in developing countries to help make this job a lot easier, trialling new crops to improve yields, building knowledge bases in students, and working with governments and international organisations to ensure that we can get closer to making global food security a reality. So congratulations, Glenn, on all you've done and the impact that you've had. Congratulations to all the game changers. And for the people that would have either been nominated, haven't received an award, or are there in attendance tonight, can I just extend to you deep appreciation of our government and our country to what you're doing, flying the nation's flag on the world stage and making a difference in improving the quality of life of others in different parts of the world. Thank you and have a terrific evening.
My goodness. Wow, that's simply remarkable. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the folks who were in the different categories. I saw their names coming up over the last few weeks, and I was thinking, well, you know, why am I in this same crowd? You know, these are amazing, wonderful people. All pretty much, most of them are a lot younger than me, with huge potential. You know, I'm knocked out by this completely, and I won't argue. I mean, I'm sure everyone is a worthy winner, and you know, I would, you know, accept it because of the huge number of people, all the teams that I've worked with over the years, all the partners that I've worked with in different countries, the students who've been out there doing remarkable things and still doing remarkable things, and my family who's been, you know, tolerant of my long days, long meetings, long travels that enable me to do this stuff. So look, I'm shocked, but I'm so appreciative. What an incredible honor. Thank you so much. I am Glenn Denning, Professor of Practice at Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs. I'm the founding director of the MPA in Development Practice, which is a 2-year program which is preparing a new generation of practitioners to solve the world's most challenging problems. For the past 40 years or so, I've been working on international agriculture, food security, and sustainable development. My main focus throughout this time has been putting good ideas into practice, in particular harnessing the potential of science and technology, of better policies, and building local capacity to bring about positive development outcomes. So what motivates me to do this? I'll give you 3 reasons for staying the course and for not giving up hope. First of all, the sheer magnitude and urgency of the challenges that we face in the world today. We have to transform the global food system to bring better health outcomes and better environmental outcomes, and we have no time to waste. Second, we have solutions. We have practical solutions. I've seen them, and they're documented in my book, but the problem is we haven't taken them to scale. So, thirdly, most importantly, most inspiring to me, is that we have a new generation of practitioner leaders emerging, including 600 or so of my students who are out in the world working in 80 countries right now, bringing about impact at the field level, at the country level, at the local level. These are future leaders. These are young people. These are change makers. They inspire me to believe that a food secure world, a more sustainable world, is a reality. It is achievable. So let's go out and do it.
I am Cassandra Kelly, and I am absolutely honoured to offer my congratulations to Professor Glenn Denning. He is most certainly an inspiring Australian, a global Australian, and tonight he has been recognised with both the Global Impact Award and the 2023 Global Australian of the Year. And I'm sure that you would agree that it is not only the importance and the quality of his work and endeavour that we are acknowledging tonight, but the spirit of this individual, of Glenn's daring, his humility and his keen sense of urgency. Professor, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your commitment and dedication to progressing your work for the benefit of society as a whole. As the chair of Australian company FutureFeed, that is also focused on the very challenge you are engaged in solving, I'm simply in awe of your work and its urgency. Since my early 20s, I've had the privilege to live and work across numerous continents. And everywhere I went, I encountered remarkable Australians making significant strides in crucial endeavours. Well, it's perhaps no wonder that I've been championing over many years the importance of recognising and embracing Australia's global talent. Our diaspora, even when thousands of miles away from Australia, continues to enrich our nation, not only by elevating Australia's reputation, but also by forging invaluable connections, sharing knowledge, and fostering opportunities that benefit the homeland. While the world is vast, the indomitable spirits of Australians unite us. Their relentless pursuit and courage reminds us of the incredible potential that exists when we look both within and beyond our shores. So beautifully role-modelled by Glenn, I wish to take a moment to extend my gratitude to all that make the work of Advance possible. Rarely is the word solo connected to ultimate success, for success is more often the result of many. And so it is with the work of Advance. These awards are only possible thanks to the judging panel who embraced this challenge. I would like to extend a special thank you to Advance's founder and Chair Emeritus, Ken Allen, for expertly chairing the judging panel and leading the selection process of the 25 game changers and the category winners from over 200 nominations. And a very warm welcome and thank you to those viewing this broadcast in person and to those who are watching online with family and friends or via ABC iView. Wherever you are, I urge you to inspire yourself by the action of these game changers and our Global Australian of the Year by reading their stories at advance.org. I believe that, like me, you will not only find interest in their stories, but be further energised to continue with your own positive contribution, whether something you have already commenced or something you have dreamed of doing. Congratulations again to all the game changers. And thank you so much for joining us to celebrate their exceptional impact and achievements.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Good evening. One more time.
My name is Martin Senavaratna, and
So, am I?
It is a difficult decision-making process. Start again.
These game chambers.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, doing this stuff from home is really hard, and you've just got kids and dogs and people doing weird burnouts in the front of your house.
We've lost Joanna.
Sorry, I've just lost my second page.
But it sounds like it's parking downstairs.
Rewind. Use it as it is because it's gonna get just worse.
And then if I try to recreate it, it's just like gibberish.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm just processing what you've just told me. But I can't really talk.
Just a second, I'll just open the door.
Okay, this is a bit tricky.
I lock the chair so I don't go too far. Oh, that's lower.
Too low.
Can we take that from the top again?
I have this little guy as well, because being in California and in Australia, I've got my little firefighter.
I'm not going to say, Glenn, one more time with a little bit of feeling, a little bit of...
Yeah, I was wasn't sure if I should just keep going.
Okay, let me think about that for a sec.
I was about to say, if you're not, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so might be not verbal change.
I didn't drop the F-bomb. I didn't. No cancellations today.
All good?